Alright, timestamp July 28th, 2025. It's 6:30, something like that. Got some chicken in the oven, as shown. Pretty much letting the oven die down. Baked it up. Got some of the canned food around here that's a little bit more, I say sketch, but I mean, we do the sniff test to make sure it's okay, even though it's a little bit out of date. We got some whole potatoes and corn and barbecue sauce. Did a rub on the chicken, pull the skin back, it's all very sensual. I'm gonna walk the acorn because he's giving me the look. Not the same thing as the smolder, that's very different. You wanna come too, old man? All right. Come on down. Really, that means you. Feel like Gene Wilder. You can do it. Gonna mix scenes here. Nice hopping. Mush. Mush. Checking in on my channel, somebody, and hello, by the way, somebody, Xunite, left an emoji as a comment. I commented back with a question mark because I don't know emojis. I don't know. I feel like I'm doing a Star Trek bit now. I'm not certain if that was an attempt at communication or sarcasm. I don't know what the person in question was trying to tell me. Looks like a onion slice or lemon, or I don't even know. Beyonce fan? Yeah, cool. Come on, you made it. Yeah. Woohoo! So my girl came over, did some. Whoa, hi there. Scrappy. Uh-oh, bunny hunt. She did a little bit of the admin stuff in my mom's office, trying to go through paperwork, figure out what is needed, what isn't. There's definitely bunny action. It didn't come this way, man. I don't know. I guarantee you're looking in the wrong places now. Because it did not come towards me, and you're looking in places that are past me. So, oh, and hey, fun size. I have no idea what my dog is doing at this point. So, just as a recap, because I know there are people that probably may be watching this and definitely haven't seen stuff from 2 months ago or whatnot. My mom passed in May. It's okay. It was a 2-year roller coaster of bad health and bad health choices, so we kind of knew it was coming. My parents are both hoarders, and as my wife puts it, my mom never met a piece of paper she didn't want to keep. So there's stacks and stacks of, she's got hand scrawled notes she made about stock purchases from like 25, 30 years ago, which at the time was probably really important because these are the notes that she made in regards to choices she was making with her portfolio. But I guarantee that information is drastically different now. She has pay stubs from when my dad was working for an electric manufacturing company in the 70s. She still had all of his pay stubs from that. Yes, the 1970s. I was a kid. I was a little kid. So we're thinning the herd on some of that because you don't need that. I need to fire up the burn barrel here in a bit because I got big old stack of papers that, again, keeping promises. Some of it does have what you could loosely call sensitive information, and some of it just has like name and address on it. But my dad's paranoid about that, so I'll do the thing and put it in the burn barrel. Got a shredder, works, but he wants it burned. Okay. I think it's needless destruction of the atmosphere, but hey. So the sales guy at the septic company called me this morning, real early, like 9:05 a.m. He said they let him listen to the voicemail that I left the day before. And I said, okay, did you listen to the one from the previous Friday? And he's like, no. No, I didn't know about that. I'm like, yeah, no, I've called twice in the past 9 days and your company has done nothing. And he's like, I am so sorry about that. I did not know. I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. He said that they were going to be out tomorrow to bury the stuff, and that I'm ready for the electrician and have been. It's like, okay, that would have been swell to know that. That would have been pretty cool to know that. I could have had the guy out here twice. And he's like, yeah, you probably could have. I'm like, okay, well. So I called the electrician, and they're trying to set it up. I've got a friend about now who would be ranting about Mercury retrograde. We are in Mercury retrograde, by the by, if you follow that. So, did get a little bit of stuff done. Some of the paperwork admin, went through some of that stuff pretty... Yeah. Had a mini stroke there. Getting together stuff to go to the lawyer. Both scan email and also physical packet, because I've got to send them information about my parents' holdings and all that kind of stuff that they can process. Mom's will, as far as I know, unless my mom put in a POD, which is payable on death, on any of the various account things. I don't even know what's in some of these. Some of these are just, there could be $5 in it. I have no idea. Unless she put in a POD that specifically says me, all those assets will most likely go to my dad's name, which is fine. I'm actually not the gold digging kid. It just goes into his name, and then, I'm managing the estate until my dad passes, pretty much. And also, in the interest of catching people up, if this is the first time we've said hello. My name is Mark Wolfgang. I typically go by Marcus. When my mom passed, we got my dad into temporary placement because he has dementia. He's going in the final stage, and he's a suicide risk where the trigger of my mom is concerned. So there was great concern because there are, have been, always will be. I think I got all the various verb tenses that I might need there. Weapons in the house, hidden and otherwise, because dementia, he's like a Vietnam vet squirrel. PTSD, delusions, paranoia, hallucinations. Lots of fun and games there. Don't even get me started. So it was not safe for him to be at home because he had the means and the will to do something rather final. Trying to dance around certain words because I have heard that YouTube scrubs videos if you're not careful what you say. And we had his 3 doctors at the VA and the independent tribunal of the state of Florida that reviewed his situation and interviewed him and all that all said he needs to be in 24/7 handling, guidance, medical staff, and someone keeping an eye on him, making sure he's taking his meds correctly, making sure he's eating correctly, because a lot of those things were starting to kind of slip away the past year. He'd forget to take his meds or just refuse to take them. He was eating stuff that was questionable as far as the way it was prepared and or the age of said items. Just a lot of stuff that even if he didn't purposefully do himself, he could accidentally do himself just because he was lacking judgment, good decision-making skills. So my youngest and I have moved into their place and are attempting to clear the hoarding horde while getting certain things repaired that should have been repaired on here from a while ago. There was a DCF investigation which was about to get charges put on my mom, basically until I intervened and said I will get these things done. Whole big hairy mess. Yep, my first 2 Zoom calls, which I always hoped would be some kind of talking to my agent on a publishing deal or something like that. My first 2 Zoom calls were state of Florida court, becoming guardian of my dad. It's been a crazy long road. Something in between Jerry Springer and the Twilight Zone. Definitely not what I had in mind, you know. But it's what I gotta do. But yeah, lemon, onion, I don't know what that was. I don't understand. Normally my girl translates for me, and she was here, but that hit apparently after she had already left. So I can't ask her. I don't know what that means. She's supposed to come back tomorrow. We got a couple errands to run. Hopefully we're going to get some of that stuff. We'll get the stuff to the lawyer, because our new attorney, because the one that was helping us left their firm and I got assigned a new one. She seemed really sharp. I mean, the other one was sharp too. But you find that rabbit yet? Keep looking. I don't know. She wanted the information because there was a gap between the one leaving and her getting there. So we've missed a couple pages. So she's trying to get all the information together so she has a clue as to what's going on. And she asked that I get her all this stuff by August 1st. Scanning and emailing is easy. Figure if I mail it out the next day or two, it'll be in their office by the 1st. It's 4 days away, whatnot. It should be fine. So, oh, no? False alarm? Okay. I'm not pressuring you. You just good luck. Diligently sniffing the air. I will find it. Oh, and somebody DM question, basically, what is the Scrappy? He is a Beagle Shepherd mix. The Shepherd part we're guessing, but if you saw the colors, that's Shepherd. Mama was a Beagle. Daddy clearly wasn't. Yeah, he had a sister. His placeholder name was Acorn, and I still like Acorn as a name. I think it's pretty cool. And everybody in his litter had like tree adjacent names. She had already been adopted, but if she hadn't been, I would have. If she was cool with me and I was cool with her, because you can't always tell by a picture. He had a sister named Maple, who looked beagle-like, was white, had the brown patches. But I was looking at Acorn and Maple, but Maple got snatched up. So I got the runt, which that's usually a good thing. He's smart. He's a doofus at times, but or a clown, whatever you want to call him. But he's a good pup. not necessarily a hunting dog, but I wasn't really looking for a hunting dog, thankfully, because you got to throw that one back and throw the hook back in the water, because but yeah, no, I'm not looking for a hunting dog. I was looking for a good companion. And I wanted a dog that was going to be gentle-ish, because frequently always have cats, and because of friend group and some of the things that I've done in my life, there's frequently younger kids, not in the Epstein Files kind of way, but usually younger kids in my world in some way, shape, or form. Done a lot of theater and children's theater, stuff like that, and I always like to make sure that I have animals that aren't going to immediately start biting people when they first meet them. Unless they're breaking in, then, you know what, nibble away. Yeah, that's where the bunnies go when you chase them, but I don't know that they're going to be standing right there waiting for you. I think that's pretty optimistic. You ready to go in? You done? Frustrated? Yeah, you look frustrated. But I'm going to do some more sorting tonight. Got some chicken in the oven, obviously. It smells fabulous. Some potatoes, some corn. We will eat well tonight. It definitely is getting all rumbly, which is fine. That would cool things down. It's Florida summer, so it's a bit humid out. Good. Looks like we got a pile of trash here from the lanai. Looks like Tiny did get the vacuum cleaners out of here, so they're probably in the trash can out front, which is good. They were like, no, that one's still there. It was probably like 3 or 4 vacuum cleaners, or high percentages, like 90% of a vacuum cleaner on the lanai that had been, they looked like they'd been hit by a hammer and were waterlogged, and because that's the lanai ceiling right now. I'm trying to do like a quick catch up. Hurricane Milton did a number on this place, and that was part of the DCF thing, was my dad hadn't fixed that, and that happened in October, and it's a safety hazard. But a man that's struggling with dementia is not going to have, he's an engineer, he's brilliant, or was, he's not going to have the wherewithal to figure out how to either get somebody out here to fix it or to fix it himself. It's just, that's 10 years ago, my dad. Today, Dad, no, it's beyond what he can handle. But he was stubbornly insisting that he could handle, and 5-6 months later, this is what we got, and DCF was like, nope, yank him, because they were going to put him in a state home. I know, old man. That is, you can probably hear that. That is Trip, their 12-year-old Chihuahua, who is old, and his marathon days are clearly behind him. I'm hoping I don't wind up that way. I got diagnosed with emphysema last year, so when you hear me say health check, how am I feeling, how am I breathing, that's why. I'm still smoking like 2 cigars a day. I'm trying to stop smoking because, hey, it'll kill me. Anyway, I'm going to go in, let Tiny know there's dinner, and eat. So, make it a great day.